Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? This HBT, the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I'm coming to you with the Midday Throwdown. I'm here to talk about WWE, man. So I'm gonna talk about WWE. Gonna go on and talk about WWE, and pretty much gonna break down the week in wrestling from WWE. Gonna talk about Raw. Gonna talk about SmackDown, and we're gonna do some ratings. Earlier in the day we was on, and pretty much I had some things to talk about, some news, some WWE news, and we talked about some AEW news. So if you didn't catch that, go back and catch that. So, but right now I'm about to get into some things with WWE. I'm gonna get into WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown. So, man, hopefully you're checking all this out, and I'm going all the way back. I'm going back a little bit to after WWE WrestleMania. I'm going back to the Big Show, the Monday after the Big Show. Chris and I, we didn't really get to cover that. We went over some other things, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you the results of that Monday night, and I'm gonna give you the other result. I'm gonna give you the results of Monday night this past April the 20th. Then I'm gonna give some SmackDown results. So definitely, man, I'm glad that you're here checking us out. And if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, subscribe. I will like, share, and join. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Do the same thing on Twitch. And, man, if you're on Twitter, like, share, and retweet. Definitely do that. But right now, man, just like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about WWE. All this is about rankings right now. We're gonna do a bunch of rankings here. Not rankings, ratings. I'm gonna rate these matches, and I'm going all the way back to Raw of WWE Raw 411. Then I'm going WWE Raw for 420. Wait a minute, 420. Yeah, and then I'm going to this Friday SmackDown. So definitely stay tuned because right now I'm gonna rock it out. So. First, man, we had Cody Rose on the Miz show. I gave that 5 stars. Cody Rose came straight from WrestleMania, and the fans just went crazy for him. He showed what he was about. He was on the Miz show, and his pop was way bigger than the Miz. Way bigger. Just like, he had a huge pop at WrestleMania. People are going crazy right now for Cody Rhodes. And, man, Cody has the crowd. Right now, he's getting bigger by the week. There's no doubt about that. So next, let's go to Dominic. We had Dominic Mysterio versus Veer Mahaan. Veer Mahaan, which I thought that match was trash. We waited for Veer Mahaan to come in. We've been waiting for him for a while. WWE has been advertising this guy like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And Veer Mahaan has come in and pretty much actually, yeah, Mahaan attacked Dominic after the match, and he gets a thumbs down for that. But as far as that match go, I only gave that match 2 stars. I mean, Veer Mahaan haven't really shown me much. He didn't put together a lot of moves, a lot of yelling. I mean, he does have a decent clothesline. He hit Cody with the clothesline, and he with that bottom bump that he knocked you down with. He hit him with that. But as far as the match go, I gave it 2 stars, man. And Dominic, like I said, got attacked after the match, and it got a thumbs down. And they had 4 officials come out to try and control Veer, but he just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. He just kept on going back, and he was attacking him. So it's like Veer is out of control. But the main thing about it is WWE acts like we have forgotten that Veer was not like this when he was running around with Jinder Mahal and that Shanky guy. But Veer right now, he acts like he's out of control or whatever. I don't know. But as far as that match go, I only give it 2 stars. The next match, man, we had AJ Styles versus Damian Priest, which I thought was a good match. That seemed to get better as time went on. It was a 3-star match, and it was good until Damian Priest went into that demonic mode. He went into a demonic mode. And it's just, dark, and we know what he's doing. I mean, he's hanging out with Edge. So they pretty much got this brood thing going on right now or something similar to what the Brood was several years back. I mean, so no, good while back. Next, we had Cody Rose versus The Miz. I gave that match 4 stars. Cody Rose took the win in that. Next, man, we had Tommaso Ciampa interview, and it was interrupted by Ezekiel Elias, or whatever you want to call him. He's going by Ezekiel right now, but Kevin Owens continues to say that this guy is Elias, and it got 3 stars from me. Let's just put it that way. So next, man, we had Liv Morgan versus Naomi. I gave that match 1.5 stars. I mean, 1.5 stars. I didn't hate it. Actually, I thought it was decent, but still, though, what kind of fruit roll up was that? I mean, it was a fruit roll up that actually won the match for Naomi. I think it was Naomi took the win in this match. I don't have it underlined or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it was Naomi who won the match. Then we had MVP Bobby Lashley Omos face off. I gave it 3.5 stars and a thumbs up. So, that was last week. Like I said, right now I'm on last week's Raw, and then I'll move into Raw for this past week. So then next, man, we had Reggie, R-Truth, Tozawa, and company talking about crashing the bachelorette party. That gets a thumbs up from me. I thought it was funny, and that's what WWE is about. WWE Raw has always been about being funny, man. To me, if you ask me, now it has been plenty of serious points in WWE Raw over the years. But as far as WWE, man, the whole thing about it is you're going to have your comedy in there. And it still do. And a lot of people don't like that when it boils down to it. And maybe because there was really no wrestling that you can view over, for like 20 years or whatever, after they pretty much took out WCW. You did have TNA come along. Then you had Ring of Honor come along. But the mainstay and what people mainly focused themselves on was, getting safe. Give me a second here. What's going on, Burton? Man, Chris Dilworth is a trip, man. I told you the dude is toxic. Well, I'm online right now. I'm doing right now I'm doing some well, put it like this, I'm live, man. I'm on Straight Up Wrestling Show. So but yeah, Chris Dilworth is a stone trip, man. I'm talking to my partner right now, everybody. I'm talking to Chris Burton, the People's Podcaster, on right now. But you just come on, man. Just get on there, boy. I'm gonna send you a link, boy. Get on. Yeah, get on. I'm sending you a link right now. And we'll talk about. All right, man. Look for it. All right, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm still on right now. I'm sending Christopher Burton a link, and he's gonna come on with me, and we're gonna do some talking, and it'll probably be a few other things that we're gonna be talking about. But stay tuned to the Straight Up Wrestling Show, because Christopher Burton will be on, and we will be talking about some other things. All right, I'm back up. That was Christopher Burton. Just called me and interrupted. I'm pretty sure. I'm shocked that it actually didn't interrupt and stop the broadcast. But Christopher Burton will be on once again. And like I said, I'm right here right now. I'm talking about SmackDown, and I'm talking about Raw. The last 2 weeks of Raw. So let me get back to that. Which the last thing I said was I gave MVP. All right, Mr. Burton.
What's up, man? What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Where you at? What you up to?
Going to go get the missus from work.
Oh, okay. man, you definitely got to do that.
Yeah. If I don't do that, boy, it's gonna be some problems, boy.
Yeah, I saw your boy, man, a little earlier on Random Raven, man. Random Raven. And, you know, hey, I have no problem with that. Only thing I have a problem with that, and I don't know if Chris or any of his guys, man, will be listening to this. But if they do, you know, this is the only thing I really have to say about that. I mean, Chris need to practice what he preaches, man, when it boils down to it. Because I mean, Chris talks about, you know, how all this stuff is toxic. You know, he's you know, saying it's toxic. You know that Booker T is putting that out there, and then he says, we as podcasters, we have a duty and all. We have a duty to each other. Or we have a duty to people, you know, not to try to make this wrestling business toxic, man. But the whole thing about it is this. I mean, Chris Dilworth, I've seen him do the same thing. Just like right after WrestleMania, the day after WrestleMania, he came back and he talked about Raw. Well, he talked about Raw, I think maybe that Tuesday, whatever, following, and he dogged Raw out, and he dogged SmackDown out too, and saying it and called it trash. So if that's not toxic, toxic, I don't know what is, man. So he's doing the same.
Man, but he was basically talking about how Booker T was down in AEW, calling AEW the minor leagues, man.
Oh, I know that's what he's talking about. But I mean, it's the same thing. If we get on here and we pretty much trash any major, like say, if we get on here and we just go ahead and trash Impact just to be trashing it. It's pretty much the same thing without even calling it the minor league. Because I understand what he was saying, that Booker T was saying that he wouldn't wrestle on Dark. If you go and wrestle on Dark, it's demotion, which he was saying. That's the way he looked at it. It's the demotion, but it should never be that way. I agree with what Chris Dilworth was saying and all his friends were saying on there. It shouldn't be looked at that way, because if you look at wrestling as a whole, if you go all the way back to the WCW days, man, they had smaller cards or smaller shows that the big stars used to show up on. You know, they had it back in WCW. Where, you know, they would have WCW Saturday night wrestling, or they would have I mean, it would be something outside of the main show.
So Booker is basically a hypocrite, man.
Oh, no doubt.
And he's basically a hypocrite, man, because I mean, think about it. Okay, like Chris said, what's NXT? What's main event? You know, what are those shows? And you got big time stars wrestling on those shows.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Okay, and then you can go back, like you said, WCW days. Booker was on Saturday night's main event. I mean, WCW Saturday night. He was on Thunder. I mean, come on, man. How you gonna say Working Dark is the minor leagues or the motion, man? Really, Booker?
He might be saying that, man, because
that's some trash, boy. That's some trash.
Well, he might be saying that, man, because Dark. What is Dark? Have it ever been on TV? It's just on. It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah, but still, though, man, everybody didn't watch WCW Saturday night.
Well, I know.
And I know everybody didn't watch Thunder.
No, heck no.
So it's the same difference, man. Just because you're on TV don't mean you big time.
Well, it doesn't really mean that you're big time, but back then, Thunder still pulled 3 million people a show. So, hey, it's a total difference. But, I mean, I wouldn't call Dark that, man, because the thing is this. A lot of those guys wouldn't be getting work for AEW if they didn't wrestle on Dark.
Thank you.
And see, plus they still wrestle in the same arena that they wrestle Rampage in and Dynamite. So I wouldn't call it. It's just another avenue stream for recording, man. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Dark is actually filmed down in Orlando in one of them studios down there.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But either way it go, man, either way it go, you're getting your face out there. There's a lot of people that watch AEW Dark. I mean, as far as when it's on live, they only have like maybe 60,000 people watching it when it's live. But I think when it boils down to it, at the end of the week, it always come out to be like 300, 400,000 people that hit that YouTube station to watch it, hit that YouTube channel.
Yep.
So when it boils down to it, they almost is, or they equal Rampage. So it's basically the same thing.
But yeah, I mean, I would if I was working Dark, man, or Elevation or something like that, man.
Right.
I would take that and smack in the face, man.
Yeah, right.
I would, man. I would take that as a smack in the face, especially if I'm a name and I have to go down to Elevation or Dark to do a enhancement match. They don't call them squash matches anymore. And do an enhancement match, or take a local guy and put him over, or just mop the floor with him. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just a smack in the face. But I would confront Booker on that one.
Well, man, I mean, the whole thing about it is Booker right now is saying a bunch of controversial things. And man, controversy creates heat. It creates, people out here are going to be talking. So it's going to get people talking.
And then again too, he is all WWE. He is a company guy. He's like WWE or nothing. I mean, he's drinking the Kool-Aid, boy.
Yo, man, 100%, man. He's WWE 100%, but I think he's getting paid from WWE though, Chris. So.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I mean, if we work for AEW and AEW told me and you never to talk about WWE, of course we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about it, but I ain't gonna go on there and slander what they do.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I might not go. We might not dominate. I mean, dog our conversation to dog WWE out. But I mean, the man is on a podcast, and I guess people are asking him. People like say we was working a podcast for AEW. People probably ask us what we think about WWE, what we think about this situation in WWE, what we think about that situation in Impact, what we think about this situation in Ring of Honor, what we think about this situation in MLW. What do we think about the situation over there in New Japan? So people might ask questions like that. And if we be honest and we give an honest opinion, sometimes that honest opinion might not be popular with everybody. So, I mean, I will have to give him that. But as far as dogging people out because they're wrestling on a lower, look like the lower end of something at that company, it doesn't make sense when it boils down to it. Because even though Ruby Soho has wrestled a lot on AEW Dark, she's wrestled a lot on Dynamite. She's wrestled a lot on Rampage. So I mean, same thing like Kenny Omega has wrestled on both. Dang man, I can't even think of that team. Man. Young Bucks have wrestled a lot on Dark. And you've had FTR wrestle on Dark. And who wants FTR right now? That's something that I didn't talk about earlier today. But FTR, WWE wants FTR. So, you really can't sit there and say it's a demotion for these guys because it's not a demotion. Because, Ricky, what is his name? Ricky Starks. And, Powerhouse Hobbs and all them, they wrestle a lot over there. And that's the only way, man, a lot of times they can get time. Because they don't have as much time as WWE has as far as TV time. So they have to get them. They got to get them in display of some kind of way. I think it's disingenuous for Booker T to say that. He definitely shouldn't have said that. But hey, man, it happened. It's crazy.
I still say it's trash, man. He just should have kept his mouth shut.
Oh, no doubt.
Let them do what they do. And you get your paycheck for doing what you do and be satisfied. But no, you had to start some trouble, man. You had to start a whole bunch of mess, get people talking so your name can get out there. And you trying to make other people look bad. And then in actuality, you're going to actually make people go over to look at Dark and Elevation to see what's so bad about it.
Oh, that's true, man. That's true.
That's what he did.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. But man, I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just, people get upset, man, and they go off. So a lot of people, is upset with Booker T, and it's probably something that he like right now. And I wouldn't be surprised, man, if Vince right now is pulling some cords. He's pulling some cords and say, yeah, Booker do this and Booker do that. make them mad, get them really upset, get them really angry. And Vince knows himself that he does things like this. You know, he'll put somebody on main. I mean, he'll put somebody on main event. You know, he'll put somebody on some of the lower things that he do. So I mean, so it's the same kind of thing that happens. So yeah, I agree with you. You know, Booker T, man, he shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have did that. But man.
So what were you on here talking about, man? Since I had to get out,
I'm on that Raw, man. I'm on that Raw that after WrestleMania, and I'm just right now I'm just running down that card, and I'm gonna run down the Raw. I'm running down the Raw card the next week and SmackDown. So that right there knocks out everything WWE, except for NXT, man. Everything WWE until what we got now. But I got finished with the MVP Bobby Lashley Omos face off, which I gave it 3.5 stars and a thumbs up, man. But next, let's see. Remember Reggie R-Truth, RJ Truth, Tozawa and company talking about crashing the bachelorette party. I gave that a thumbs up because I thought it was funny, man. It was just funny. So, I went ahead and gave it a thumbs up. But next, man, we had Bianca Belair versus Zelina. I gave that 2 stars. And then we had Sonya Deville trick Bianca into signing that open contract, and then she attacked Bianca when her back was turned, and that's all I got to say about that, man. As far as what she did there, but as far as that match, I only gave it 2 stars, man. So, but yeah, the Sonya Deville attack, I don't even know what to say about all that, man.
Man, I'm telling you what's gonna happen, man. She's basically gonna end up losing her management position and end up going back being a full-time wrestler.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
That's what's gonna end up happening. She's gonna lose her management position and end up being a full-time wrestler.
Yeah, because I'm gonna jump ahead because this past Monday night, she went in there and Bianca came and while she was out there talking, Bianca came and pressed over her head and threw her down. And she was like, Bianca, if you touch me, there's gonna be fines and everything like that. But Bianca just threw her down, and she went back there and she complained to Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce said, I already done fined her and everything. I'm taking care of that. And it was only $1, man. Bianca come up there with $1, gave her $1, said, I'm here to pay my fine. It was crazy, man. So yeah, she's gonna end up being a full-time wrestler again, man. She's not gonna be executive. I look for that to end within the next few weeks or whatever, within a month or two. That right there is gonna end. She's gonna end up being a full-time wrestler. But as far as her beating Bianca or anything, and I don't think that's gonna happen. At least not in the foreseeable future. But man, Sonya Deville can make some noise. I mean, she can make some noise. There's no doubt about that. But then I think, let's see, 24/7 segment where R-Truth talked about officiating Reggie and Dana Brooke wedding, along with Tozawa and Tamina, was a trip. So I gave that a thumbs up. Then we had RK Bro over the Alpha Academy, 2.5 stars, man. Now this right here, this match right here, like, I like both teams. I mean, especially Alpha Academy, but I'm sick and tired of seeing that match. So,
I'm sick and tired of RK Bro, man. I'm tired of them. They need to break that up.
Well, man, I don't think they're gonna break it up because it's so popular, Chris. And plus Randy Orton. Randy Orton is enjoying himself, so I don't think that's happening. He's enjoying himself too much, man.
Well, I ain't in charge, but I'm like, I don't give a man. Look, I'll give you a paycheck to stay at home, boy. Just go on my TV.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, next, man, we had the RK Bro Usos face-off, joined by the Street Profits. I thought that was okay, and I gave it a thumbs up because Randy Orton was able to pump up the crowd when he got the Usos and the Street Profits to agree to a match. Now, as far as like I say, it's ring around the circle with those 3 teams now. That's what it is. And that's all it is. They act like they don't have any other teams except for those teams there. And they are going to be, and plus Alpha Academy. I didn't include them. So it's ring around the roses with those 4 teams. So, so you don't have Ziggler and Rude or anybody like that anywhere near the fray. And then you have some other tag teams that they could be using, but they're not using. They just got all those guys, going around, and they're going to unify the titles. But Yeah, so it seemed like, man, it boils down to it. They are ignoring their tag team division.
Yeah.
Then we had Usos defeat the Street Profits, man. I thought that was a good match. I don't know if you remember it. I gave it 4.5 stars, even though, like I said, that's another match I really didn't care to see, but I still gave that match 4.5 stars. You remember it?
No, I do not. No,
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, and after the match, man, Angelo Dawkins tried to attack Riddle, which backfired. And then Randy jumped Montez Ford and hit him with an RKO. And then the Usos suck in the ring and gave Randy a super kick. I don't know what in the world I said, suck in the ring, but whatever. They gave Randy a super kick. Well, they tricked him, and then they gave him a super kick. He turned around, he got a super kick. But overall, man, that Monday after, I don't know why in the world, if I wouldn't have did this ranking, all these rankings or whatever, but some way I gave that Raw 3, but I'm gonna have to drop it down to 2.5, man, because it wasn't that good. It was lackluster. It was very lackluster.
Yeah, it really was. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So let's see, we're at 25-35. All right. But
I know I wanna hear what Tony Khan got to say. He talking about it's gonna be something not like what you expect it's gonna be.
Yeah, so
right.
yeah, that's definitely something that I wanted you and I to talk about. Tony Khan surprise tonight, wondering what it's gonna be, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fans out here, man, is wondering what it's gonna be. So hopefully it's as big as what he says it's gonna be. So I look forward to seeing that. I mean, that's gonna be flat out crazy.
And I tell you, if he brings out Cesaro, man. Nothing against Cesaro. He's a hell of an athlete.
Yeah.
But if he's like, oh, this is going to be something major, it's going to change the world of wrestling. He brings us Cesaro. I'm turning it off, man. I'm turning it off. I will not watch no more Impact after that. If he do that, nothing against Cesaro.
Yeah.
Well, Dynamite, whatever.
Yeah, whatever
but
it is.
But if he brings us Cesaro, nothing against Cesaro, I will turn the TV off and go to bed. I
hear you. I guarantee you, man. I guarantee it's I ain't gonna say I guarantee it, man, but I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put my money against it. That it's Cesaro. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming back on in just a minute, man. I'm gonna come back on. And I'm gonna finish what I was doing. I'm gonna have to end up editing it. I'm gonna edit this thing, but I'm gonna come back on. And man, you want to go on live tonight? We go on live, man, and talk about this thing when. See who comes out.
I'm trying to tell you, if he come out, I'm logging off the TV, I'm logging off the live, and that's
fine.
It.
That's fine. But yeah, let's go on live tonight, man. Let's go on live at 8 o'clock. I mean, when it comes on, and see what happens. All right.
Yeah, all right, man.
I wonder if he's gonna jump out at the beginning just like he did before. Because you remember he comes running out, and, and I got this big announcement because he's the one who's supposed to make the announcement again, right?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Let's see what he does.
This is killing me, man. He's got so much talent and don't have the time to use them all, man.
Yeah. Because if he brings Cesaro there, what's gonna happen with it?
He's gonna get lost. He's gonna win a couple of matches, and then he's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Just like Keith Lee and everybody else. Yeah, no doubt. All right, man. Well, okay, we're gonna sign off. And I know you about to pick up Jeanette and everything. Everybody out there, keep praying for Jeanette. And Chris and I, man, we will be getting on a little bit later to talk to you guys. But for HBT, I'm HBT, and for my man Christopher Burton,
People's Podcaster,
we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Well, you crazy.